Hey, I'm Scottie, and in this sketching tutorial I want to emphasize the importance of having a clear mindset when you start your sketching. What I mean is the technique or strategy you're going to use to sketch the subject. It has to match the time and the size of the sketch that you're going to do. So my strategy changes depending on the situation. So here I'm sketching from a reference on an A5 Moleskine watercolor sketchbook. And when I have a nice reference like this, I like to take more time to fill out the whole page so I can add in all the details I want. If this was sketching in public, I would only be able to sketch a silhouette, and therefore I'd sketch this much smaller and rough out a silhouette first, so if they move away I can add in the rest from memory. So instead of that, I'm going to put into my mind that I'm not roughing out a silhouette, but building main shapes. This works better for me for more of a detailed sketch. So what does that mean? Well, I'm starting here at the top and I'm outlining the main shapes. I'll show you here on the reference. As I sketch each shape, I can use that to know where to sketch the next one. I try not to get distracted by the details. So with this sketch, actually when I changed my mindset from thinking about a silhouette to thinking about main shapes, it actually really helped. Even though it doesn't look like I'm tracing shapes, I'm actually in my mind thinking, what is that shape? Which is the next shape? And I'm going around and I add little expressive lines to make it look expressive and loose. But in my mind I'm thinking, what is that shape? And that really helped with this quite complex scene of two figures walking along with a dog. So that's the main takeaway today, as there are a lot of drawing techniques and methods, and I think it's okay to have a few processes that you use for different situations. It's good to learn how to adapt your technique depending on the size of the sketch, and if you're sketching in a studio, or maybe if you're sketching in public, you can have different processes for different situations. I don't know if you've found the same thing, but this is something that I've struggled with, thinking that I've found the perfect process and then getting frustrated when it doesn't seem to work in a new situation. Has this ever happened to you? Let me know your own experience in the comments. So you can see with this next figure, I just did some reference lines for the shape of her face, and then I could draw the shape of the hair. And then each part of those clothes, I can go down and look at the shapes and make sure each one is similar to what's on the reference as I go. And I'm not drawing shapes accurately like the red lines on the reference that I put. I've made them expressive and loose so they match the sketch. So here I'm doing the legs. So each section, even though I said I'm not doing silhouette for the whole forms, I'm actually doing a silhouette around each of those shapes. So with the shoes, I don't have to go in and do the shoelaces and as I work down, I do around the shoe and make sure I get that curve on the inner surface of the shoe. And you can use this for anything, even animals. You can see here as I'm going around, I'm just looking at the shape, and this is actually easier to use a silhouette on a dog. It's quite a small shape, and so I haven't done the back legs included, but I went around most of it looking at that silhouette, trying to get those lines, especially important around the mouth and the nose. Okay, now I can go back up to the face. And here I'm looking between the hairline and the chin. I'm going to break that face into 3 sections. So first I put the brow, and then I put the bottom of the nose. And then in between the bottom of the nose and the brow you can put the eyes, and the eye you can see it's slightly back away from the edge of the face. And then the mouth, and I'm just focusing on those black areas between the lips. So I'm not actually putting in the lips. I find that's a lot easier with these quick sketches. Okay, now the light color wash. This is something I'm still working on, so let me know what you think. In this one, I'm going to be blocking in areas of really light wash. So here I've blocked in the blue, the red jacket, or the orange jacket, but I've done it red, the green pants, the pink on the legs. Made her jacket quite a bit more yellow. Add some splatters, bit of black in the hair. And so my idea here is to keep the line work really vibrant. I really don't like it when people have beautiful sketches and then they paint over the top and you can't see any of the line work. So I've always said to myself, I'm not going to cover up my line work as best I can. Okay, so now I've got all of the areas in. So just add some details on the face and the flowers here, and then this is the leash. I'm going to add a bit of a blush on their cheeks, adds a bit of interest on the face. Just make sure it's all washed in. Now onto shadows. So this is how I add a tiny bit of contrast and 3D form. I've chosen a dark color. Instead of a dark blue like most people choose, I've got a purple. And just going around where I think the shadows are. So this is something you'll see me working on in each sketch I do. In other tutorials I've done lots of splatter marks, so I haven't done a whole area of colour, I've just been splattering my brush. But in this one I'm trying solid colour with the shadows on the top. And then when it's dry, I have my white Posca pen. And I'm adding just random little highlights where I think it would look nice to separate the colours. Going across dark bits is really great too because they stand out a lot more. And I add little dots on the face. So just around the pants here, around the jacket, and the arm, a bit in the hair, a few little highlights, a bit on the face. Looks really nice. Even if it's just a sketchy line randomly somewhere on the figure, that helps. Around the hoodie. So if this has been helpful, please give this video a like. You can watch some more sketching tutorials here. And a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters for helping me create these videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.